Hey, what's up you guys? It's Serge coming at you again with another tech video. And this tech video, it's just going to be a really short and quick one, and I mean it this time. It's going to be nice and quick. It's a follow-up on my 4.4.2 KitKat video. On the previous video, I showed you how to install the latest 4.4.2 KitKat on your Verizon Note 3 and keep your root. And there is an NC4 version. There's an NC2 and an NC4, and that's just the build number. The NC4 as of now is not rootable, but in a future video, stay tuned. I will show you how to install the latest radio from NC4 onto your NC2 4.4.2 KitKat. And what that does, it supposedly, according to the forums, it does improve your radio on your phone, so you'll be getting better signal and things that have to do with your radio, of course. So stay tuned for that video. Now let's move on to this. In my previous video, I told you that Safestrap 3.7.2 does not support ROM slots. Now that is true, but I've also found out that's kind of false at the same time, because as for the last couple of days, I've been running the Hyperdrive RLS8 on ROM slot 1 on my phone. Now there are a couple of issues that I want to share with you, and I'm just going to go ahead and share them to you live. But first,
let me take a selfie.
Let me show you that I am on Hyperdrive RLS8 and I am on 4.4.2 KitKat. So I'm going to go ahead and boot in, and I'm going to go into my settings. So I'm going to go all the way to the bottom and then go to About Device, and as you see, the Hyperdrive ROM is on there, and I am on RLS8. The build date is May 2014, and I am on the Verizon version of the Note 3 on 4.4.2 KitKat, and I am on the NC2 baseband version. So that is my device info. So let's get right to what the issues are. You are able to use this as a daily driver. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you using it day to day on ROM slot 1. You can make calls, you can use your GPS, you can take photos, you can do everything. Everything that I do day to day, I was able to do on this phone. Now I did notice there were a couple bugs, some freezes here and there, but I don't know if I am able to attribute that to the ROM slot issue or if I'm supposed to be blaming the ROM for that issue. So I don't know if it is the ROM slot that's causing those issues or if it's the actual Hyperdrive ROM that's causing those issues. And the only way to test that is for me to wipe my stock ROM slot, which is supposedly the only one that should be working as of right now. I'm going to wipe that and install Hyperdrive into it, and I will keep you updated on my Twitter about that, because I really don't want to, pollute your news feed with just a, hey, yeah, it works. So I'm going to put my Twitter link right here. Go ahead and follow my Twitter. I will post on there what ROMs work on the ROM slots and which ROMs are having issues on either or. So I'm just going to put all my information on there. So Twitter link will be right here. Be sure to follow that. Okay, so let's get right to the issue. I'm going to go ahead and issue a restart, and I'm just going to do a simple reboot, nothing fancy. So there's a shutdown animation, and be sure to keep your eye on this blue light up here. It pulses. You might not be able to tell on video, but it does pulse, and it keeps pulsing until the phone has shut off. And sometimes it vibrates and sometimes it doesn't, so I don't really know what it's all about, but I'm just gonna keep it going for a couple seconds, but normally it should be off by now. Okay, so I've sped up the footage. I don't want to bore you here, but I have been sitting here for a few seconds just waiting for it to do something, and it doesn't. I've kept it on for minutes. I really haven't spent hours waiting for it to shut down, but that's kind of pointless because I've done this multiple times, and if it doesn't shut down within seconds, it's too long of a shutdown. So I am going to be installing Hyperdrive ROM, and I did install it fresh. I did wipe everything before I did it, but here's the weird thing. Whenever I tried to wipe my ROM slot within the 3.7.2 Safestrap, it would just, the screen would just flash on and off. So this is all stuff for developers really, but it's useful for you guys if you try to do it. The screen just flashes, and I'm not sure if it actually did anything. I'm pretty sure it didn't, so that might be the issue. But I really can't do anything because it doesn't wipe it, because the screen just flashes. And I did restart the phone whenever it flashed like that on me once. Maybe it was, some kind of bug that could be solved by a restart. It didn't work. So it might be because it's dirty flashed, and that's a dirty flash is what they call whenever you just install a ROM in a ROM slot or whatever without wiping it. So that's called a dirty flash. So I don't know, there's just so many things that it could be. But like I said, you can install ROMs onto your ROM slot. The only issue is that this restart or this reboot, and even powering it off, you get the same exact problem. This happens. So the only way to solve it is by taking out your battery. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, so the battery's back in, and I'm going to start it up again. It starts up like normal. There is one last thing on the turning off and startup process that I have noticed, and it is it updates, and you'll see exactly what I mean. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue. This is the boot animation for the hyperdrive ROM, and the hyperdrive is upgrading. That is the little animation that pops up every time that I turn it off and restart the phone. So honestly, those are the only two big issues that I'm having with it. There are a couple bugs within actual daily use. Sometimes things bug out and it doesn't respond, but it only does it every so often. It's completely usable. If you want to go ahead and do it, use it as your daily driver, you definitely can. If you can live with those bugs, and if you can live with what I just showed you. And of course, some people are thinking, what if he's not on the ROM slot? Let's go ahead and kill that myth right quick. I'm going to do a shutdown so you see it's the exact same thing. I'm going to go ahead and do power off here at the top. Device will shut down. I'm going to say OK. And as you see, that time I get a vibration, but you see the light is still on, meaning that it's still shutting down. If it was completely shut down, that light will turn off. And it might be really hard to see that light, but it's there. So, sat here for a while. It's the same deal. You get to pull the battery. And turning it on. Here we go. And this time I'm going to boot into Safestrap. So you see what version I'm running and that I am on ROM slot 1. So I'm going to go ahead and go into recovery. And if you see the little alien was green, or the robot, sorry, was green and it said Safestrap enabled, that means you are running on a ROM slot and not on the stock ROM slot, which is supposedly the only one that should be working. So as you see here, I am on Safestrap 3.7.2 on TWRP 2.7.0.0, and I am on ROM slot 1. Okay, so boot options, as you see, it's currently active ROM slot 1. I'm gonna go ahead and hit back right here, and as you see, the stock ROM is right there next to it, which is the one that you should have something on. On stock ROM, I have the Baja ROM, and it works pretty well, except for the GPS is kind of sketchy. It just doesn't work too well. So I just went ahead and rebooted really quick, but hopefully that cleared up a couple things. Hopefully this was a short video, and it answered everything you needed to know. If you were thinking, maybe I can use those ROM slots, you can. You can use them as daily drivers. You just might experience some bugs. Of course, this whole review of it was based on the hyperdrive ROM, because I am kind of a fanboy of the hyperdrive ROM. You can go look at my other videos to know why. But you know, if you guys get it to work with other ROMs, I will be testing other ROMs in those ROM slots. If you get any more information, please be sure to share it with the community. Leave a comment down below, go on my Twitter, and I will let everyone know. I'll retweet you. So hopefully if you found this video informative, please be sure to give me a like so I know that you are into my videos and I should keep them going. Also, please be sure to share this video to enlighten all your friends and anyone else you know that might have a Verizon Note 3. and has rooted and has Safestrap on it. It's really useful information. And please be sure to check out my channel. I have a whole bunch of other videos for the Verizon Note 3 and just random tech tutorials I'm pretty sure you will like. I put out nothing but quality for you guys, and I keep up the rise. So please be sure to subscribe to my channel. And my name is Serge. Hope to see you soon, guys. Y'all have a good one.